my podcast. Originally, my surprise was going to be about arranging people from Arizona to help me make various movie projects. But let's talk about something that's currently relevant today. Super Smash Brothers, the fourth installment. Nintendo has announced that Mewtwo is going to be DLC. Here's the top 7 characters that will obviously never be DLC due to the fact that they're either a moveset, an assist trophy, a stage hazard, or an assist trophy, or a collectible trophy. So let's go down the list and check out who deserves to be playable. There are some people out there that want Wolf to return, but I have something to tell you. Wolf isn't going to be playable because he's already a collectible trophy. If it's just me, or they don't want Wolf back because he has the same problems that Sonic and Meta Knight had in Brawl, or the fact that every time they made a newcomer Star Fox character, that character ends up being a clone to Fox McCloud. Somehow he's slightly different. But the final smash is even the same exact one as Fox, which is the Landmaster. Yeah, yeah, Wolf isn't going to be coming back to be DLC playable character. Next up, wow, just seeing K. Rool as a collectible trophy is a slap in the face. He could have had an actual role as an assist trophy or even a stage hazard. But for some reason, Sakurai decides to make him a collectible trophy. You know, for somebody who's been disappearing since Super Sluggers, they could have gave K. Rool an actual game appearance. Yeah, he deserved it, considering that the Tikis replaced the Kremlins. On to the next character. Brawl definitely had some um, fun female characters to the addition, Lynn being one of them. And considering she had the dress of Sakura Haruno, she deserves to be playable. I mean, imagine that she had an animation set when waited for a while, holding onto her hand and looked frantically at her design, similar to Zelda, hinting that she's homesick and want to go back to her era. Yeah, Lynn definitely needs to be playable at some point. For anyone who played Rhythm Heaven and wishes Smash Brothers would have a Rhythm Heaven represented playable character or stage, well, welcome to my world. The Chorus Men was rumored to be newcomers in Smash, but they've been in, in into being into a trophy, a collectible trophy. But the only rep of Rhythm Heaven we got was the Spooky Spirits being an enemy in Smash Run. Well, for as DLC comes and go, there's always that g- girl singer from the Monkey minigame could be a playable representative. Moving on. Remember when you saw Toad being Peach Move in a picture for the fourth installment of Smash Brothers? Well, wasn't that a real slap in the face? And they had to make Toad a collectible trophy. You know, for somebody who's been in the Mario series long enough, it would have been about time they made Toad playable. And also, oh, I met Ines Toad occasionally, considering that that he has a new Pez dispenser of him that released last year. At least Toad has an S-Spy in New Super Mario 3D World who will have his own spin-off. And I'll give you a hint. It's not Blue Toad or Yellow Toad. You'll just have to watch more of my podcasts to find out who I'm referring to. Ah, would you look at that beauty? A reason why Kid Icarus needs to continue. Allow me to introduce you to Veridi. Look how beautiful her hair, her beautiful dress is. Well, compared to everyone else on the list, she is a stage hazard in Pit's Conic's Call in the Wii U version. She has an excuse not to be playable, but at some point I wish she would have been in a good addition to be playable, alongside Dark Pit and Palutena and Pit himself. Now for the number one character who should have been playable and DCL, but instead had to be moved to being a minor character.
Is it me, or does it smell like nuclear fission in here?
And the number one character who should have been playable or DCL, Starfy! You know how Little Mac had potential to be playable in the next game ever since Punch-Out Wii came out? Well, Starfy has something similar ever since Legendary Starfy came out in North America for the DS. I'll admit it has wonderful, memorable characters, but I couldn't finish it because it has a hard to finish boss battle that involves you tapping the button. I mean, who would want to do that for the final battle? Starfy has potential and other characters that do have potential to be playable. But why don't I get to that next podcast? Join me next time as I count the top playable characters in Smash who should be playable DLC in Smash Brothers.